Across the country, we found another tribute to Deputy DeRosier. Check this out. This painting of him was created by Officer Johnny Castro. He's a forensic artist with the Philadelphia Police Department, and he's done hundreds of portraits of fallen first responders all around the country. He creates these digitally and sends them free of charge to the fallen officers' law enforcement agencies and to the families.
They probably have plenty of photos of them, in regular clothes with their family, but they may not have any, an updated one wearing a shirt and tie and hat. So I like to put them maybe wearing medals or ribbons or anything they may have earned after they were killed. So that usually means a lot.
Castro says he'll be sending the portrait to Deputy DeRosier's family and to the Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office soon.